सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है। ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है। ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है। समय से पहले भाग्य से ज्यादा बोलो किसने पाया है। तेरा था जो तुझे मिला है, कोई तो छीन न पाया है। समय से पहले भाग्य से ज्यादा बोलो किसने पाया है। तेरा था जो तुझे मिला है, कोई तो छीन न पाया है। जीवन प्रभु सौगात है, फिर काहे फिक्रात है। सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, सदा सफलता साथ हमारे, हाथ में उसके हाथ है। ईश्वर अपने साथ है, डरने की क्या बात है।
Welcome back. Om Shanti. So, welcome today to the Sunday morning episode on faith. Why was faith chosen on this day? As all of you know, we have celebrated yesterday, actually in India and a few places out of India as well, the sacred festival which marks the new year of the Hindu calendar. And it is named by various names. I won't tell you those names because there are not many people who understand those names. And also, it marks the onset of the festival of spring. But we know climate change is not about spring, it is more about the hot summers which we are experiencing in all parts of the world, right from Antarctica as well. So, this topic is very apt for today, that can I still have full faith in the Almighty? And none other than our very senior respected Meera Didi, who is though from Malaysia, but today she is joining us from Gyan Sarovar. So a very warm welcome to Meera Didi. Thank you so much. And I would now request Sister Claudia from Vancouver to please welcome Didi with flowers. Over to you, Claudia, sister. Yeah, you have to unmute again. Sorry, Claudia, sister, you have to unmute.
Mute me, so that's have a nice bouquet of flowers for you.
Thank
I
you.
just like to give to you.
Thank you.
And I tell you, it's very nice to have you talk about faith, because we see you conduct so many nice bhakti yoga, like it's so much volcanics, how we can do so much good meditation. So for those who don't know what bhakti is, it's a very deep meditation. So it is very nice to have you talking about this. I think we got the right one to talk about this faith, because I know how many times we saw you conducting meditation, very deep, very deep. So thank you for being with us. And welcome to all part of the world. We have here from everywhere. So not only Canada, but all of us from everywhere. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Sister Claudia. And before I proceed with giving the mic to Meera Didi for the talk, I'll just introduce her. She has actually covered two of our talks in the past. One is on introversion, if you all remember, it was 1.5 years ago, and second on happiness. And she really gave us beautiful tips on happiness. I still remember them very well. So, to give you a brief glimpse about Meera Didi, she joined the Brahma Kumaris way back in 1968 in Mysore city of the state of Karnataka. And after completing her BSc degree at Mysore University, then there's no looking back. And she has really served on various international projects of Brahma Kumaris like the Million Minutes of Peace Appeal, the Global Cooperation for a Better World. And I think the most important aspect, which even Claudia's sister said, is about the depth. Yesterday also I heard a class for the double foreigners which was on practicing 7 stages of soul consciousness. So I'm sure all of you will enjoy if you listen to that. And Didi's speciality is she's able to present all these very complex and difficult issues in a very simple and logical way. That's her speciality. And as usual, the poem on Meera Didi, you all know the name Meera. It's the name of a saint, which you all have heard many times from the past scriptures of India as well. So Didi's name indeed symbolizes that she is a saint and carrying this essence of spirituality as a scent, perfume, scent. Faith in the divine, in that she scored 100%, which reflects from her personality, which is so pure and innocent. Building the ARC, that's the Asia Retreat Center, she didn't have to worry about dollar or cent because her life is only for giving, not focusing on what is spent. In her relationships with everyone, there indeed isn't any dent because her life is indeed as clear as a document, being the Supreme's obedient and divine instrument. And now we move on to today's value on faith. So it's a known fact, all of us know, that faith can move a mountain. So let's bathe ourselves today under this spiritual fountain. These words of wisdom are magical indeed, as they contain in them the fragrance of soul consciousness to maintain. So contain and maintain, and radiate the coolness as if coming from a fontaine. Fontaine is a spring lake, it comes from that, and that indeed helps my honesty, sincerity and integrity to retain. So today we have Didi trying to explore this beautiful value of faith. And before I pass it on to her, the last bit of announcements, I would just want to share the screen. Today we have the translations in the following languages. I'll just share the screen and make it full screen. I'm sure all of you are well aware by now. You have to click on the interpretation icon and you have the language. You can select which you want to hear in. And as usual, the first 40-45 minutes would be the talk, and then please start sending your questions to me towards the end of the talk. And it's best that you send it to me rather than sending it to everyone, because it disturbs the speaker when the question just pops off in the chat box while someone is speaking. So with this, I'll stop sharing and over to Didi for the talk on faith. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manoj. Om Shanti, and good morning to everyone from Mount Abu, Gyan Sarovar. We all have heard about this expression used very often in our lives. Faith in the intellect brings victory, and doubt in the intellect brings defeat. So victory and defeat in our life is based on faith and doubt. I always used to think, why do they connect faith and doubt with the intellect? You know, we know that we are souls, and souls have three faculties: mind, intellect, and sanskara. So when it comes to faith, it is always connected with the intellect, not with the mind or with the sanskara. You may also wonder sometimes, why intellect? There is a reason. Because intellect is the faculty within I, the soul, which actually stores the information that I receive from time to time. And we use that information to make judgment and lead our life. And so, because it is the intellect that has the power to discern right from wrong, good from bad, light from darkness, and it makes that decision based on the information. There are three things we receive in our life. One is information, and the second is knowledge, and the third is wisdom. And so the intellect is responsible for converting knowledge, information into knowledge. Intellect transform information into knowledge through reflection, contemplation. And so once we are able to reflect on the information that we receive from the external world, we contemplate, we reflect, and turn into knowledge. And then I make my judgment, use the knowledge at the right time. And when I use the knowledge at the right time in the right way, it becomes wisdom. So wisdom is value in action. So that is how, the intellect becomes the important faculty to make the decision and to bring values into our life. And that is why the faith or doubt is very much connected with the intellect. And now, of course, in the path of bhakti, we always used to pray God and say, "Oh God, give me good intellect. Ishwar Allah tere naam sabko sumati de Bhagwan." Oh God, give everyone good intellect so that they are able to make the right judgment and lead a good life. And so intellect is a very important faculty in human life. And that is what makes the difference between animal and human. Animals also have soul. We also have soul. But they don't have intellect to make the judgment. So there is no question of faith or doubt in animals. But we human beings are placed in the highest pedestal in God's creation because we have the faculty of the intellect. And we can think right and wrong and make judgment. Now, what is faith? There are two types. One is blind faith. You can follow. Faith, in simple words, I would say belief. Some can have faith and follow something blindly. Like, I remember in my childhood days, I am born as a Hindu, and we were told to worship goddesses, deities, and we used to ask our parents, grandparents, why Ganesh is shown with elephant trunk, why Durga is shown with so many arms. They used to tell us, you can't question these things. When you grow old, you will get the answers. So they make us keep quiet, suppress ourselves. But I am so happy that I was able to come into this path of Raj Yoga So I got answers for all the questions. So I don't have any more blind belief. You know, when you do something without understanding, for example, you chant shlokas, in bhakti, we don't even understand the meaning. We read Bhagavad Gita, we don't understand the meaning of the shlokas. So, what is the point? Yes, you need to have faith, but it should not be blind faith. Faith based on understanding. Belief is necessary, but it should be with understanding. So, when I have faith based on understanding, I am able to bring a form. I am able to create my life. I am able to make my aim and my qualifications equal. And so, I think, when we come to Raj Yoga, this is one of the wonder that happens, that we don't force people to believe in what we say. We ask them to experiment with the knowledge. When I say experiment with the knowledge, I mean to put the knowledge into action and see the result for yourself. So sometimes I call spirituality a spiritual science. So you experiment in life and you believe. And once you have the proof, you experiment with the knowledge, understanding, you have your first-hand experience. So you will never shake, no matter what they say, what happens. Say, for example, I am told when I came to knowledge, you are a soul. So I understood I am a soul, but I need to experiment practicing soul consciousness so that I know for myself it is true I am a soul. So when you believe in something on the basis of your experimentation, you will not be able to be shaken no matter how many obstacles can come in front of you. And so, it is something that is connected with our enlightened life. When you say faith in the intellect means an intellect which is enlightened, an intellect which is wise will always be victorious because they have understood there is no blind belief, and so together with bhavana, there is also the vivek, what we call conscience, balanced. So that is called full faith, When your faith, belief is based on understanding, wisdom, that is called full faith. And so I have understood that there are 4 types of faith in order to make your faith complete. No, our life is like based on 4 pillars. When you make a house, you lay the foundation, you put pillars. So if you want to lead a successful spiritual life, you also need to have a life based on 4 pillars of faith. Even if one pillar is missing, you will be shaky. You will not be able to reach your destination. So I am going to take you through the 4 pillars of faith. And as you listen to it, you can check yourself, is this pillar of faith of mine strong or not? And of course, I tell you, all of us, irrespective of who we are, including Brahma Baba, Mama, have gone through the test for faith. It is not that, test comes to make our faith become doubt, but it makes us stronger. I will share with you the 7 tests that comes in front of us once we have completed these 4 pillars. The 4 pillars of faith that makes our life full, that helps us to stay unshakable, stable and steady in all situations is, first of all, faith in God, not blind faith. Faith in God, believe in God. It is not blind faith. So now, of course, when we talk about God, there is a lot of confusion, because in Hinduism we are taught that God is omnipresent, God is everywhere, and I am also God, you are also God. So there is a confusion. Today Ganesha Chaturthi, he is God. Tomorrow Durga, she is God. So who is God finally? So it is very important to understand the real introduction of God and believe in God. Have faith in God. That is why they say, do your best and leave the rest to God. So faith in God actually works like shock absorber. When you have such shocks in life, but if you have faith in God, as God says, you take one step of courage, I will come forward 1,000 steps to help you. I'm sure all of us have some experience or the other. When we believe in God, not leave it to God, you have to do your responsibility. Once we were talking to a Buddhist. Most of the people think that Buddhists don't believe in God. It's not right. They do believe in God, but they don't depend on God. That is what I was told by a Buddhist highest stage priest. It's not that we don't believe in God, but we don't depend on God. But sometimes what we do is we don't do our duty. We just leave it to God, inshallah, if God willing. God is willing for all of us to do the good, isn't it? So I have to take the initiative to do things good. Then God will come forward. So who is God actually? In simple definition, I would say, it is living truth or embodiment of goodness is God. No? So I just need to have faith in God. So which is first faith. So, but of course I must make my effort and then, help yourself, and then you receive help from God. So the second faith is faith in myself, which is very, very important. Many of us don't have self-confidence because we don't have faith in ourselves. We have lost faith. We have lost hope. Why? Because we don't believe in God. Or even if I believe in God, it is blind belief. So faith in myself, which is actually confidence in myself, self-trust, self-confidence, self-belief. I can do it. I am capable. Self-respect. So when I live with that conviction, faith in myself, so then that also shows that you have faith in God. It is not ego. Many people may think that to have self-esteem or self-respect is ego. It is not ego. Actually, not to know myself, positively and negatively is ego. To know myself as I am, what I am, who I am is not ego. It is self-respect. So never ever, lose faith in yourself. If God has selected me to be his child, like today also Baba said, in the few Murlis also Baba has mentioned that Baba has faith in even in the last bead of the rosary, that they can make effort and come in the first number. So he has not lost hope in us. So why should I lose hope by thinking, oh, I have come so late into knowledge, I may not be able to come into the rosary and I give up. Actually, to quit is the sign of a coward. That is why if you want to receive help from God, you have to help yourself by creating that confidence, trust, by reminding yourself that God has selected me, so He believes in me. First of all, believe. That is why there is a saying, whatever you believe, you conceive. And whatever you conceive, you achieve. So if I believe in myself, I am able to achieve what I want. Where there is a will, there is a way. So second pillar, a strong pillar, is faith in myself, confidence in myself. And the third strong pillar of faith is faith in drama, which is very, very important. Drama of life moves on. Sometimes there are good scenes in the drama, bad scenes in the drama, tragedy, comedy, victory, defeat. Even after becoming Baba's children, we can see things happening which never happened before. So I should not doubt how come this is happening to me even after being Baba's child. One thing we should always remember, drama is benevolent. The age is benevolent. My father is benevolent. So anything that happens in my life, in this drama of life, is also going to be for my benefit. Because to become Baba's child means to climb onto the ladder of ascending. Our descending time is over. So even though it looks like this situation is going to bring me down, never doubt. Many times we give this example. When you come to Mount Abu, you have already started climbing up the mountain. But then there are certain places where you have to go down to come up. Maybe at that time I am not aware, so I can ask the driver, why are you going down? Actually, we have already started the mountain to climb. So we are not going down, but that going down is also bringing us up. So have the faith in the drama that even if situation comes in your life that looks like it is going to damage you, it's going to cause you defeat, never defeat. There is no defeat, there is no coming down. Everything is going to be good. But of course, there are 3 things I need to remember to see good in something bad happening, The scene may look like not so good, but there is something behind the veil that is going to reveal. So Baba has said 3 things you need to practice: introversion, patience, and tolerance. When some scenes in the drama doesn't look benevolent, don't doubt, don't blame other people, but become introvert and have patience. Wait and remain calm. It will be revealed to you what is benefit in this. And be tolerant. Change negative into positive. So this faith in the drama really gives us so much of energy that even if you have come to knowledge now, you can go very fast. Definitely, drama is good. Everyone is good. I am good. Bad cannot happen. Even if bad is happening, transform it into good and accept it as good. And the 4th important aspect of faith is time. They say time and God are the best healers. So the present time that we are passing through is a very, very, very crucial time. It's a very important time in the cycle of life. And so I need to have faith in the time. nothing happens before time. Even they say, no, nobody gets anything before time or without having fortune. Everything has its own time. And so believe in the time and master the time, manage the time, don't waste the time. When we have faith in these four aspects, faith in Baba, God, the truth, faith in yourself, faith in drama, and faith in the time, our life becomes really full. That is called complete faith. That is called faith in the intellect. Even if I am missing one aspect of faith, it is not complete. It is incomplete. Many times we have heard from some Brahmins, Baba gives blessings. You are a victorious soul. And that the soul doubt, Baba just gave these big blessings to please me. I don't think I am going to be victorious. To doubt in Baba's version is also doubt in Baba. We listen to the Murli every day. Certain things we cannot understand, we cannot digest. For example, the drama repeats identically every 5,000 years. So we cannot really digest this point sometimes. So we say, how can identically repeat? If that is so, then why should I make effort now? If I have made last kalpa, I will make it. So that is not the right way to understand drama. So sometimes we say we believe in God, but we don't believe in the words He speaks. That is not called believe in God. Who is God? God is truth. So if you believe in God, you must also believe in the words that He speaks. I cannot be having doubt in the words He has spoken. And the reason why when we have doubt, automatically we get defeated. So faith, complete faith means faith in the self, faith in Baba, faith in drama, faith in the time. Now faith is connected with the intellect. But faith in the intellect can become doubt in no time, I tell you. That is what makes us feel wonder. So many Brahmins in knowledge for 20 years, 30 years have left Baba. And we wonder what happened. So much of faith, they were telling everyone God is teaching, practicing all the principles. What happened? So there are two reasons. A faith in the intellect can become doubt in no time. Number one, company. Bad company influences the intellect very quickly. So Dadi Janki always used to say two things. Take care of your mind, take care of your intellect. These two are important faculties in your life. Mind is affected by the food you eat. As you eat, so is your mind. And take care of the company you keep, because company influences the intellect. And so if you are in a wrong company, your intellect is contaminated. So if you don't want to allow the doubt is like worse than cancer sickness. Once it comes into our intellect, it will not leave you. It will take you away from Baba. So never allow doubt to come because of wrong company. Or sometimes doubt comes because of influence of my own old sanskara, not anybody else. So that is why I need to keep my intellect alert, not to get influenced by my own old sanskara, nor by the bad company of others. Then the third aspect, very often the question is asked, do we have 100% faith to begin with? Or do we build faith over a period of time? So what is your answer? You think about it. My feeling is, you don't have 100% faith to begin with. Everybody don't have. You build up faith as you go along on the path. You know? So faith has to become recognition. Faith and recognition are two sides of the same coin. So once you have recognized God, you would never leave Him. If you have faith today, it can become doubt and you can leave Baba. So recognition is from the heart. Faith is from the intellect. You know, it's why in Hindi there is a song, Dil na jane, Aankh na jane, dil pehchane. That which you cannot see with your eyes, you can feel it from your heart. So not only I believe in God, I believe in myself, believe in drama on the basis of intellect, but I also feel it from the heart. So then the faith can become recognition. And so faith is built up over a period of time. How? It goes in triangle circle. So to begin with, I must have some bhavna. That is the beginning. You must have some bhavna for spirituality. You must be a seeker of truth. There has to be quest for truth. Some kind of bhavna. I call it as culture. You know, when you want to make yogurt, you need some culture, a little bit. And from that you can make more yogurt. So this is like a culture. I have some kind of bhavna. So that bhavna, that quest, that seeking attitude for truth automatically brings me in contact with like-minded souls. And so I am introduced to some kind of knowledge, information about God. So when I have got that information, knowledge, I practice. Knowledge, when you practice, you get experience. So knowledge, experience, and faith. So when I have experience, I have the proof. The knowledge that I have heard is correct. The knowledge that I have got is real. So that experience motivates me to seek for more knowledge. And more knowledge I get, more experience I have, more faith. So this is what I call it as triangle of faith. You know, first is actually bhavna that brings experience, and experience builds faith. And that is how over a period of time, my faith, my foundation is strengthened. It should not be blind faith because somebody told me and I believe, my foundation will not be strong. Faith is the foundation of any relationship. Any relationship. Once I have made this faith based on understanding, nobody can shake me. Now, what are some of the signs of a soul who have complete faith and recognition in their life? I just share with you 5 signs. The first sign is that they will be carefree, nischay and nischint. You know, when you have faith, you are carefree. You don't worry. Worry and faith cannot go together. Carefree. Secondly, you are nischit. That means you have certainty in everything you do. I can, I will, I shall. So that kind of certainty. And thirdly, fearless. You know, nirbhay. There is no fear. If you have faith, Because faith is believing in light, doubt is believing in darkness. So I have faith, I am in light, so I don't have any fear. And the fourth, the next one is actually nasha. Faith and intoxication go together. Because where there is faith, there is intoxication. Because you become aware of what you have attained in the last kalpa, and so you are continuing to begin to do the task with the faith in your mind. I can do it. Sometimes we may not believe in ourselves. Some seniors believe in us and give us a task. So they have that belief that I can do it. Then I should accept it and continue with that task. And that will help me to grow my faith. And of course, sometimes it is possible that I can offer myself also. If I feel I can make it, I can do things, make things happen. So 5 signs of a soul who has complete faith in the intellect is, first of all, they are, they have this carefree life, they have certainty in their life, they are fearless, and they have the intoxication, and their intellect is always focused towards the aim, nishana. But then faith has to be tested. You cannot accept the power of faith without having been tested. Even Sita, was also tested by Rama because she lived with Ravan for some time. He doubted whether the purity she still maintains or not. So we must have the proof that we are really a soul who has faith in the intellect. So we will be tested. Just like, when you build a house, if the foundation is strong, when the wind comes, when there is hurricane, when there is cyclone, then you know how strong is your building. If the foundation is not strong, the building will collapse. So in the same way, in this Brahmin life, we also have several tests. When the test comes to make you strong, don't doubt why this is coming to me, but actually welcome it, because it is like hammering a nail on the wall to make it strong so that it doesn't fall. So the one of the tests that comes to test our faith, first of all is the test comes from our own body. The sickness that we experience, which we never experienced before. So whenever there is karma bhog, several kinds of sicknesses of the body, I should not doubt. I should accept it as a blessing in disguise, because I am settling my karmic accounts. I don't need to face Dharmaraj in the future. So this is like a blessing in disguise. I don't blame anyone. I don't put fault on anyone. I accept I am responsible, and I change karma bhog into karma yoga. And second test that comes from the bodily relationships. It's a test of attachment. Many times it happens in this knowledge, not all the members come to the knowledge. Some come later. And because we are practicing principles, people don't like us practicing brahmacharya or vegetarian food or waking up early in the morning. So certain restrictions are put. You cannot do this. But take it as a oil for your lamp to lit even brighter. It is not an obstacle. It is actually a blessing for my light to ignite even brighter. So when that kind of situation comes in our life, I don't need to shake my faith. Why? It never happened. They used to love me so much. Now all the community came on one side and I am left alone. And the third test that comes is monetary. Sometimes economically I am dependent on someone, and because I am following this kind of path, I may not get cooperation. Or sometimes it could happen that you are a businessman, you become bankrupt, you lose a job, you lose all your money. Certain things happens in life, so I should not doubt. This is just a test for my faith. Because I don't have to say, oh, because I came to Raj Yoga, this happened. But it would have happened even without coming to Raj Yoga. Because that is part of my life. And the next test that comes actually is from the nature. 5 elements of matter. Even that will also test me in 2 ways. Objects that I used to like, objects that I depend upon made out of matter may not be available to me. So I can become desperate. Or even the 5 elements of matter, the weather, heat, cold. So the test comes through 5 elements of matter also. And then the last test is from my own old sanskara. So actually these tests that comes on the path of spirituality is not for us to stop moving forward. Actually it comes to help us to become stronger. If I have faith, I can make impossible possible. You have heard the story of Hanuman in Ramayana. He had so much of faith in Rama. He was told by Rama that you bring this life-giving herb to awaken Lakshman, so you must come back before the sunset, he told Hanuman. So Hanuman went onto the Himalaya mountain. He did not know what is the name of the herb, how it looks like. He was searching. It was already going to be sunset. So what he did, he uprooted the whole Himalaya mountain on the palm of his hand and brought it and presented to Lord Rama. You think anybody can uproot Himalaya mountain and bring it on the palm of the hand? So this is an act of faith. Because he had faith in Rama, it was possible for him to bring the herb that he wanted according to the time he suggested. So that means when I have faith that God is my companion, if I have faith that myself and God are always companions, I am not doing anything, it is God who is doing, then why should I fear? Why should I say no? I share with you one simple example of Mama. Once Sakar Baba, Brahma Baba called Mama and told her that I want the picture of Kalpa tree 6x4 size in embroidery, Kalpa tree picture with embroidery by this date in 2 days. Baba wanted to have a dozen of them. So Mama said, Ji haan Baba. The sisters around Mama, they were wondering what Mama is committing for. Is that possible? To create embroidery of Kalpa tree in such a short time? Mama said, Ji Baba. So after Baba moved away, the sisters came around Mama and asked her, Mama, how come you said yes to Baba? Is that possible? See, Mama said something very interesting. Mama said, you know who asked me to do it? God asked me to do it. And who is God? God is truth. So when God, the truth, tells something, it's already done. He is only giving you the fortune. He is only giving you the chance to create your fortune. So why should I say no? And it was a wonderful thing that the picture was made and was presented to Baba as per the time he gave. So what do you think, Faith? You can make impossible possible. Difficulties easy, But when I sit down thinking something difficult, losing my faith, my confidence, so that is why I always remind myself, my experience is when I'm asked to do something new, I would never say no, because I remember I did it last Kalpa. So the memory of last Kalpa comes to my mind. So I am not doing it for the first time. When you are asked to do something for the first time, you are a bit hesitating. Oh, I don't know how to do it. I think I cannot manage. So I would never say no. I remind myself, you have done it many times in the last Kalpas. This is another time you are going to do. So with that memory of last Kalpa, I begin to perform the action. And then people who are observing me, they say, wow, she's so experienced. She can do it so well. So actually, I need to bring back that memory, I have not done this for the first time. I have done it many times before. Otherwise, why they have asked me to do? There are so many people around, they could have asked them to do. I remember my own experience when I was asked to translate, because I never spoke Hindi before coming to Raj Yoga. Baba taught me Hindi. And then when I came to Madhuban, 76, 75, double foreigners started to come. And then suddenly they asked me, go and translate Murli, Dadi's class. I have just started to speak Hindi and started to learn Hindi. But I never said no. I said, okay. So I reminded myself, you are asked to do this because you did it last Kalpa. So with that memory, I went and sat in the translation booth. And when I said to Baba, Baba, you are the speaker and I am the mic. You come and speak what you want to speak. No, it is really Baba's magic. So people can see that how God uses you as an instrument. You are not doing. Many of us are very smart. When we like to do certain things, when we are asked to do it, we say, wow, yes, I will definitely do it. But when we don't like certain things to do, we give excuse. Oh, I have not done it before. Can you ask somebody else? So that shows that I have forgotten the consciousness of being an instrument. If I really, really have the faith that I am not doing anything, Baba is the one who is doing, I am only an instrument, I will never give excuse. And then whatever actions I am doing, seeing my action, other people feel that I am an experienced soul. What experience I have? The awareness of last Kalpa. So the power of faith can do wonders. Recently I heard an experience of a lady who climbed the Mount Everest. I can't remember her name right now. But she was sharing her experience that how, it was so difficult. It was so cold. She was running out of oxygen. Everybody was discouraging her to go. But then she made up her mind that she has to go. She has to climb. So under all odds situation, she was able to go to the top of Mount Everest. So never give up. Brahma Baba's slogan is try, try, and try till you succeed. To give up is the sign of a coward. So that is why we should never look at, any situation that comes in front of us as a big situation. Just like we hear the song, ये मत कहो खुदा से, मेरी मुश्किल बड़ी है. But you tell God, my God is big. Tell the difficulty situation, my God is big. In front of God, this situation is nothing. If at all someone has climbed the mountain, if someone has, achieved something, it is with their willpower. It is the power of faith. So I find that, faith is one of the vitamins we all need. We have A, B, C, D vitamins, but vitamin F is also necessary because it creates a form in our life. So first of all, I have to teach my mind to believe. As I said earlier, whatever you believe, you conceive. And whatever you conceive, you achieve. Impossible is only in the dictionary of fools. Human beings can make impossible possible. So this is why I would suggest that we all should begin any task with the faith and believe in ourselves that I can do it, I am capable, and I will. You must knock down the letter T from the word can't. Then only you can build up that faith. So once my faith in my life is strong, not blind faith, believe with understanding, I will withstand any difficult situation and I will become victorious. So you cannot attain victory without going through the channel. So that awareness has to be maintained throughout the action we are performing. No matter what others are talking about me, no matter what other things are coming to face me, to confront me, but I must go with one powerful thought: I am victorious, I was victorious, and I will be victorious. So this confidence, this faith will definitely bring victory. So doubt is really a cancer cell. It really kills the soul. So never allow yourself to get into the bad company. Nowadays, bad company cannot be human beings. It can be internet, it can be mobile, it can be books, If you keep the company of these things which are not right, that can also influence you. So that is why we have to take care of ourselves, being in the company of God, Sat Sang. So when I am always colored by God's company, the truth, doubt cannot touch me. And definitely, if Almighty Authority is my companion, I don't have any worry, Whatever task I am going to do, I have the victory which is certain, which is guaranteed in my life. And of course, it depends on you, how you define victory. Somebody asked me the other day, what is the difference between victory and success? Success is something that we achieve, in our everyday life. Like, for example, you wake up in the morning, you think about what you want to do today, and by the end of the day you achieve. So you are successful. So when you achieve a number of success in your life, you get the medal in the form of victory. Victory is a medal. That is why souls who are victorious are threaded in the victorious rosary. They have been successful in their life over a period of time. And all the success together brings them the medal of victory. And so faith is the foundation, success is the destination. So you cannot achieve success without having the right foundation. So never doubt in God, never doubt in yourself, never doubt in the scenes of drama, or never doubt in the time. Don't procrastinate. Whatever you have to do, do it now. Because one thing that you can learn from the time is time never go back. It's always moving forward. So if you want to progress, if you want to move forward, always look forward like the time move forward. So you will move with the time, and when you move with the time, you will be able to reach your destination on time. So I would just like to conclude by saying that, if human beings, after being a human being and after having intellect as one of the most powerful faculty, if I do not achieve victory, who else will? So have this conviction that I will maintain faith on all four levels and make my life unshakable, immovable, and stable, and become a source of inspiration to others and attain the victory as the medal in my life. Om Shanti.
So thank you, Sister Meera. Amazing. It's like your flow is fantastic, and you always give us those very methodical way of approaching any value. As you had given us tips for happiness, so today also you beautifully explained the 4 levels of faith. Then you also mentioned the signs of a soul who has faith. So you mentioned that, if I can say in Hindi, it's easy to summarize or remember the Nasha, Nishana, Nishchit, Nischint, and Nirbhay. So anyway, I won't speak more in Hindi because it will be difficult for the translators to understand. And I think it was nice you told us those test papers which come, which test actually how much faith I have in self and even in God, whom we lovingly call Baba. For all the people who are new here, when we say Baba, it is all about, we call lovingly Baba, God as Baba. Baba means actually a father in Hindi. Okay, so there are quite a few questions trying to, people want to understand the basic differences between few concepts in Brahma Kumaris, or maybe otherwise in English also. These two words are used very commonly. There's a lot of overlap. So the first one of them is difference between faith and trust.
There's
is
a
the
lot
difference?
of difference between faith and trust, Trust is based on loyalty. See, there are 2 words we use, faith in the intellect and being faithful. Being faithful leads to trust. Having faith helps you to become faithful. But to be trustworthy, you need to be loyal, faithful, like a wife to the husband. Like for example, a father may have a son and a servant at home. He will not trust the son and give the key, but he will give the key to the servant. Why? Because he trusts the servant. So trust comes on the basis of honesty. When you reveal honesty, loyalty over a period of time, the trust is built. But faith is built on the basis of knowledge and understanding. So of course, first you need to have faith in the intellect, believe in yourself, and then you can extend that to being faithful, loyal in your relationship with others. Honesty and obedience and everything comes in. So trust is something you need to build up over a period of time through your interactions based on honesty integrity, sincerity, all these things.
So the next question immediately follows. Someone is very intrigued by this beautiful explanation that faith, the basis is understanding, and trust is the basis is loyalty and honesty. So should I believe? I mean, should I have faith in God, or should I have trust in God, or both?
First is faith.
Okay.
First is faith. Because so far we have been having blind faith. So now first of all, we develop faith. And when my faith is complete faith, it becomes recognition, then only trust question comes. So why we trust God is because He is truth. Anything that is truth is constant and it is real. So when I have recognition of God, I will also have truth, which is constant and real. So that is why I am able to trust. So once I remember Dadi Janki gave us a challenge. She said, we all trust in God. Why? Because He is truth. He never changes. Ask yourself, does God trust you? This is a question to all of you. Does God trust me? If God has to trust me, I have to have loyalty, honesty, sincerity in my life, in my interaction over a long period of time. So first is faith, recognition, and then trust.
Great. And I would like to summarize that, as you mentioned, faith is coming more from the intellect, something from the head, and trust
Yeah.
is coming more from the heart, related to
Yes.
loyalty and all that. So
Yes,
fantastic.
yes.
Another concept which people are asking, one of them asked in Hindi actually, but I'll translate it in English. They're saying, what's the difference between buddhi and vivek? So that is between intellect and conscience, because you spoke about intellect a lot.
Intellect is the soul has three faculties: mind, the power of thinking; intellect, the power of judgment; and sanskaras, the power of action. Within the intellect is submerged the conscience. Conscience is not separate from the intellect. It is called conscience or vivek. It's submerged within the intellect itself. So when I am body conscious, my intellect is sleeping and my conscience is suppressed. So even though we know something is wrong, we will be doing it thinking it is right. So that is called you are suppressing your vivek. But when I am soul conscious, I can listen to the voice of my inner self, my conscience, what we call in Raj Yoga the heart of the soul. The head of the soul is intellect. The heart of the soul is vivek, conscience. So we can listen to the conscience, which is the seat of truth, very often when we are soul conscious. So it is when the head and the heart is, come together, what we call when there is a marriage of head and the heart, and that is called value, wisdom in action. Wisdom is when my heart and head are balanced.
Fantastic. I was wanting this to come from you because yesterday also we had a few questions on this soul consciousness aspect, which you beautifully covered. That yes, I know God, that is faith, but I need to also have that love which comes from the heart, and that is a different sort of remembrance then. So beautifully mentioned that intellect is the head of the soul and conscience is the heart of the soul. So fantastic. I'm sure the people who have asked will definitely understand
That is
this.
why you see, we always say, when we are speaking the truth, we say, I'm speaking from my heart. Or when you are doing something with love, you say, oh, I love you from the heart. So heart is always a symbol that is shown as vivek, So heart symbolizes wisdom as well as love.
Great, thank you, Didi. We move on to the next question. You were mentioning about intellect a lot in the first 15 20 minutes because faith is all about intellect. So, there are a few questions that you mentioned that animals, the animal intellect, the souls of animals, their intellect is something different. But as you mentioned, that they are not able to take those decisions, but someone has said that they are able to take decisions like hunting. When they go and hunt in the forest, they are quite intelligent and wise to know who to go ahead and catch. So, is there a difference? I mean, obviously there is a difference, but can also the souls of animals recognize and have faith in God?
No, animals, we don't, there is no question of God in animals' life. There is no question of intellect. They work on the basis of instinct. Animals work on the basis of instinct. They know there is a prey here. The instinct, they have an instinct. The intellect is not developed. That is the difference. That makes a difference. If they had intellect, they would have judged. There is no judgment. Human beings have to judge for animals. But of course, they work on the basis of instinct. And so that is why I think they don't kill the animal of the same species. They will always kill another animal, but not the same kind, because they work on the basis of instinct. They know. So it's something interesting. That's why God placed human beings in the highest pedestal. They have intellect, but today, they say that human beings take birth in animal species, but in fact it is not right. Human beings never become animals, and they have never become beasts, but now the human beings have become worse than beasts, because even having intellect, they don't use it. Worse than animals,
Right, amazing corollary. Yeah, so now the next question is it's a very deep one that and very challenging as well. That how do I develop faith in God? And along with this, they are saying that there are many spiritual organizations all over the world. Brahma Kumaris is also one of them. So, how do I develop this faith that God is coming here and God is coming here to teach all of you all? Why is He not teaching all the other souls in the world? What is so special about you, Brahma Kumaris?
See, my life is the proof. I cannot give you proof. This is not science where you can experiment physically. Each one's life, those of us who are following Raj Yoga, what I was before, what I am today, and who made my life what it is, my life is a proof of God teaching me, And so, because I have belief in God and I follow the instructions given by God honestly, my life has changed. Like, many souls who could never give up smoking, many souls who could never give up drinking, they are able to do it with one go after coming to Raj Yoga. Because the power of words spoken by God hits the heart. And it just works miraculously. So I don't think we can give a proof that, this shows this is God. But one thing I can say, God is truth. Truth is simple. And truth is for everybody, whether illiterate, literate, educated, uneducated person. And so because God is for all and He speaks the truth, He speaks it in a very simple way, which everybody can understand and implement. And so that is why, we are able to transform our life with that simple words. It's not complicated at all. Because some people think that, truth is very complicated. It cannot be so simple. We have to simplify after we hear from God. That's what I was told in Japan one time. Because Japanese are always used to complicate things and then simplify. So some of them were saying that You all say God is truth, so simple. I am a soul and supreme soul is my God. I am point of light, he is point of... It cannot be so simple. It has to be complicated. God has to be complicated. Then only we can simplify and understand him. I said, no, he is for everyone. Even an illiterate person, uneducated person can connect with God. So his language is simple, and so it is truth. And that true knowledge, when it gets into my heart changes. So our transformation in our personal life is a proof of who is behind this transformation.
Just a fantastic, Didi, this answer that transformation in my life is a proof of presence of God in my
Yes.
life. Fantastic.
Yes.
And in the interest of time, I'll just take this last question because, again, it is very intriguing, this question, that science has told us that time is the best healer. Or, I mean, we have heard this saying, time is the best healer. And in Raj Yoga, we are taught that God is the best healer. So, someone is asking that time and God. So, who should be the best teacher or the healer?
So they say God and time are the best healers. Both. Everything happens according to the time. Nothing happens before time. See, you may want to, like somebody has to give birth to a baby. The baby will be born at the right moment, at the right time, neither before nor after. If you have a sickness, you need to wait for the time for the sickness to heal, no matter how many medicines you can take. So I think one thing I understand why they call God is the healer is because, when I take responsibility for what I am going through, so then I am able to swallow that pain, not blaming anybody. Because usually when somebody is sick, when somebody is going through some difficult time, they point their fingers that this one is responsible, so the blame goes to other people. But in Raj Yoga, we don't blame anyone, nor we blame ourselves, but we accept that I am responsible for what I am going through in my life. That self-acceptance heals 50% of my pain. And then I am able to connect myself with God and take the power. The power that I take from God through meditation, that actually heals the next 50% of the sickness. It works like that meditation works like medicine. And so one is 50% self-acceptance and 50% power of meditation that I receive will allow me to heal the sickness. It works like medicine, blessings. Just like Dadi Janki's recipe for her cure is 50% of her sickness, she always used to say, is cured through the blessings from people because she does selfless service. 45% through meditation, 5% medication. She says she used to take medication to please doctors. So I cannot lie to the doctor. I did not say I did not take medicine, so I just take. But the real healing was happening because of blessings and meditation. Blessings are earned. You cannot ask for it. So when someone does selfless service from their heart, at the cost of their own life, they earn so much of blessings, and that blessings works like a healing medication.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Didi. And it's, I don't know how time flies. It's 20 minutes, the Q&A. But thank you so much. And actually, Dr. Mehta, for some reason, has some internet connection. So he just said that he was not able to propose the vote of thanks. So I would request Sister Anu that if you can please propose the vote of thanks and carry on with the announcements after that. Yeah.
You have to unmute.
Are you? Is there some issues? Okay.
Cannot hear.
You can't hear?
Yeah,
Can you
now
hear
it's
me
fine.
now?
Now we can hear you.
Okay. So it is always such a big fortune and blessing to listen to you because it's not only methodical, it's so much clarity of knowledge, the depth. So faith is the foundation of our spiritual journey. And in this 1 hour, I think we have gotten so much, so much. It really healed our intellect, our hearts, our faith and vivek, buddhi, everything. So I'm sure everybody who is listening today is going to churn on the class, and we can get it as our steps to move forward and go up. So thank you so much on behalf of everyone. Didi, it's always a pleasure to listen to you, and it's empowering. So thank you so much. Along with thanking Didi, let me quickly continue our journey on faith with Sister Aruna in our values workshops on faith. That's happening after a week, Saturday, 9th of April, 10:30 p.m. India time. That's 7 a.m. West Coast time and 5 p.m. for Kuwait time, from where Aruna sister will join. So as usual, we'll have experiential exercises to deeply reflect on faith, as well as the insightful talk and meditation by Sister Aruna. So please join us then. Our series of talks on powers, we are having our third one, that is Power to Tolerate, in Hindi Sahan Shakti, in April. So that's with Sister Luciana, who is the national coordinator in Brazil of Brahma Kumaris. And it's happening on Sunday, 10th of April, 8:30 p.m. India time. That's 8 a.m. West Coast time. So please note and join us in this empowering journey. And our next session on Values for Life series is episode 37 on being carefree. As Meera Didi mentioned it today, faith will bring us that carefreeness. So for that, we'll have Brother Charlie, our senior brother, joining from Sydney. He is the director of Brahma Kumaris in Australia. And it's happening again the same time to accommodate Australia time. That's morning 9 a.m. India time on Sunday, 17th April, and that's 8:30 p.m. for West Coast time. So please note, even our family from Asia, China, Hong Kong can join. So please note. And you can get all the information of our programs on our website. Please visit us at vyasa.in or vancouver.brahmakumaris.ca.
Okay, so thank you so much, Anu sister. And as all of you know, in India, the Navratri season happens twice. So even the Navratra has started since yesterday. So invoking all the powers again, and we'll be doing power to tolerate in this month. So now I would request Meera Didi to please take us into the meditation mode on faith. You want some music or drishti or
Yeah,
some
you can.
comment? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
you can have instrumental music, just
Sure.
very soft, very soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Om Shanti. I allow my body to sit comfortably. I turn my mind within. I allow all the sounds and noises around me to fade away at a distance. I become aware of myself as a living light sparkling in the center of my forehead. I am a tiny dot of light with mind, intellect, and sanskaras. I, the being of light, I am the master of these subtle powers. I can come into the body, or I can go beyond the body at my will. In 1 second, I, the being of light, I move away from this body. I see myself floating beyond this body, beyond this physical world, into the dimension of golden red light. I am light. I am in the region of infinite golden red light. I, the being of light, I absorb this sweet, silent atmosphere. In this region of infinite golden red light, I see myself in the presence of the Supreme Light. The Supreme Light, like the sun of knowledge, is radiating so much light. I, the being of light, I am bathing in the rays of the light of the Supreme. I am lost in the ocean of light. I have become like Baba, a master, son of knowledge, master, almighty authority, a lighthouse and a might house. Together with Baba, we are radiating beams of light out into the world. These rays of light emerging is reaching out to all four corners. I am with Baba, the satellite, like the tower of silence in the soul world, allowing Baba's light, Baba's Sakash, light and might to touch every particle on this earth. I enjoy being lost, being one with Baba, and let Baba's Sakash do its job of cleansing the world, allowing the souls to return to their original nature of peace, of love, of mercy. I am with Baba. in the soul world, lost in his light, love. And now slowly, after empowering myself, recharging my battery, I allow my thoughts slowly to return to this corporeal world. And I see myself in this forehead of my body, radiating God's light, God's love and peace. I am light. I am peace. I am love. I am light, filled with peace and love. Om Shanti. 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 Thank you.
Thank you, Didi, once again for your invaluable time and your presence and your words of wisdom. Thanks a lot.
So can we have everyone on the camera so we
Oh,
can
yes,
say goodbye?
sure, yeah, sure. So if you all can please listen to Didi's request, please on your camera so that Didi can see you. And maybe Anu sister,
say
you can grab
goodbye.
this opportunity and take a photo. Didi, a second, we'll just take a quick photo. Is that okay? Anu sister, you're ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm ready. We can take it.
Yeah. So can we see all of you, your sweet
Those-
faces and
Those who
your
doesn't
angelic
see the
form?
picture should close the video. Those who
Whoever do not want the photo, your photo to be seen, please switch off the video. Whoever want, please.
And Dr. Mehta is also back. I think there was some internet issue. Dr. Mehta, you can please speak a few words before we end. Yeah, please. I think I have asked you to unmute, so you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
I think our electricity in Abu went off, at least in the area where I live, and therefore the internet went off. But anyway, I think to listen to Meera Ben is like to listen to a scientist's absolutely scientific way of bringing you to the point where you should be. I have enjoyed every minute of your talk, Meera Ben. It looked as if the time has just flown. Thank you very much for bringing in all the intricacies of faith and trust. I think we have both the faith and the trust, not only in Baba, but also in the Parivar. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mehta, as well. So, all done, Anu sister. Can we?
Yes. I have taken the photo, by the way. Everybody can wave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you open the camera, please? I can see everyone. We cannot see everyone.
Yeah, so I
audience?
don't know. Someone was writing that they can't on the video. That settings, everything is they can on the video, right? Yeah,
Yes,
so
brother. I was checking. So it should open because everybody could switch on the video. So not sure, Vijay brother. I don't know why you can't switch on your.
no, people are opening. They have to be requested a bit more recurrently, so they are opening their videos now. Okay, so it's fine. Great. And we have a lot of family joining from Asia, as Anu sister said, the China, Hong Kong, Malaysia, that side. Yeah, so that's great. Okay.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Okay. Thank you, Didi. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.